Mariana Gabrich, thank you so much for bringing me to your favorite bar, Bar de Lora in Brazil.
Exactly, Gary. I'm very, very happy to bring you here to do with me a short dive in this establishment. Is this bar is inside the Central Market in Belo Horizonte, Minas Gerais, my state in Brazil. Okay, is one of the most traditional and welcome establishment there. So it's very nice. I choose this place because uh, we are we are around a very cultural environment. So you can find there close to there in this market the best one of the best coffee in the world. Or one of the best cheese in the world. We are humble, okay, but we recognize our products, our culture. So it's very nice. And you can try cachaça, you can have pão de queijo, nice beef, and nice people, very friendly people. That's amazing. Very,
So
very
what
nice.
we are, so for those watching, so we're basically in a breeding living market that
Yeah.
happens to have a bar, which looks like, based on the cues, is very popular. Tell me, CD Yellow,
Yeah.
do you know what they are?
The, the yellow is a very famous beer brand in Brazil. It's called Skol. It's the light beer. We Mineiros, people from Minas Gerais, we love beer. We love drink. We love go to pubs and bar and have chat, conversation. We look like Irish people, you know what I mean? Friendly, love beers, love nice chat, good sense of humor. It's a very nice place to be. Looks like a festival,
Yeah.
but it's a big market and you can find different type of products and different establishments. It's really, really
And,
nice.
and and of course, you're now living in Ireland and you're getting a sense of the scale or the small scale. I guess when you consider you can travel across Ireland in 3 hours, you can go furthest north in 3 hours, and you can go nearly furthest south in 3 hours. Give the listeners a sense of the scale of just your
Wow. My
region in Brazil.
Okay, my state, to cross my state, you will take to cross my whole state because my state is bigger than Ireland. Just my state is bigger than Ireland. My city, it's 5 times bigger than Ireland. So we have two and a half, just my city, 2.5 million of people. If we consider the metropolitan area, it goes close to 6 million. You know what I mean? So metropolitan area. So to cross my state, you take more than close to 24 hours because it's a very long state. To go to my city, to São Paulo, for example, São Paulo city, you take 8 hours driving.
80, 80,
Eight, sorry, eight.
eight.
eight
Okay.
8 hours driving to my
Wow.
from my city to São Paulo.
Wow. Well, it's a long time ago now, but in the 1980s in Ireland, before we had good roads, it used to take 8 hours to get to Kerry. But that was our fault, not the geography. So what? I think it's great to give some sense of scale, and then you then I guess get this whole thing is when people have come to Ireland and stayed in Ireland, like you have brought your talents to Ireland and you're working from here. You can see why people say, do you know this person? I mean, we've only got 5 million people. So, in context, to us, it's okay. It's a lot of people. Of course, we don't know everybody. But to you, it's like,
Yeah.
so listen, you made a point there of saying that you love pints and shots. So let's assume that everybody parted their ways there, and there was one person, dead or alive, that you would love to sit with for a shot or a pint. Who's it? Who is it? Who's that person?
Wow, that's a very hard question because I'm far from home like 1 year, a little bit more than 1 year now. So I miss my family, I miss my friends. But despite this, I was these days ago, I was watching some flashes about MWeb presentation and X and SXSW, and I
Hmm.
really admire her. M. Webb is a futurist. She does her job, her work, uh, based on data driven, based on data, and I really admire. But mostly, I admire the way that she brings these things, because some of these things can be scary. So she bring these with a sense of humor and a practical sense. She transformed these in strategy, in a strategic way. So I really like to have a chat with her someday, who knows, and some pint to talk about this, how she built her career, how she sees these things that's happening now in the world with incredible speed, how it can how it can, how can I say, change the school routes, the society and relationships routes. So I'd love to have a chat with her,
And
to get her personal feelings and
But it's
thoughts
a
about
great
this.
point that you make, and it should never go away, is the art of storytelling.
Yeah,
Because storytelling is what you've just said, her manner, how she presents the data, and how she makes it relevant. And then you can make an informed view on what she's saying. You may agree with all of it or some of it.
yeah,
Whereas I think a lot of the time there's a lot to be learned by people who have great statistics and data behind them, but they present it in a way that you'd need to have a calculus brain to make it relevant.
yeah,
Whereas when you story tell, you basically bring a lot of people with you based on stuff they can understand.
exactly.
And if that's the purpose of presentation, if that's the purpose of papers and stuff, to be to inform and become informed, then I think that type of storytelling, I hope, will come back into focus. So it's really
Exactly.
interesting. A statistical person who's trying to use her platform for good and for information uses traditional storytelling as the it's just the it gives me hope because I can't remember what people's name 5 minutes ago, but I tend to remember how they made me feel,
Yeah.
and that's like it's a different form of storytelling. So excellent. So she's gone off to save the world. Where you're left, there's a bolting light, and everything is wiped out except three apps on your phone. What are
Wow.
they? What are they?
One for sure, WhatsApp. It's an obvious one, maybe, but in fact, WhatsApp, we can do everything by almost everything, of course, by WhatsApp. We can have chats, we can send audios. I don't like too much audios, of course, but we can do this. We can do some face calls, and for someone that's far from friends, family, etc., it's very handy.
Yeah.
So not only for this, but also for job too, for work. It's very nice to work too. We can make some groups and make things done very fast and very easy in a simple way. So WhatsApp, my first.
Number one.
My second one, let me see, maybe the maps, because I am completely dependent on maps. I no longer rely on my memory to save the routes, to know what I am. I'm really, really, really don't waste my memory with geolocalization. I'm awful with this, completely awful, I
Okay.
confess.
Okay.
And the last one, maybe to have some fun, the Amazon Prime, because inside my Amazon Prime, I can have my Kindle and read some books. I love to read, despite I'm not doing this too much now. But not only this, we can buy some products very easy too. We can see lots of films, nice films, new films. So that's that's my tree, I
So you have
think.
a nice blend. You have
Yeah.
a nice blend. But I want to go back to something you said at the first app, which is WhatsApp, which you said you don't use voice too much.
Yeah.
Um, what do you mean by that? Because I have younger children myself, and voice is like, you want me to speak to somebody? Oh, what do you mean when you say I don't use voice too much?
I think it's just preference, I mean, I prefer read. Sometimes you are close to lots of people, you cannot listen the audio. You have no privacy or can be too loud. So for private thing, I think that I prefer read because it's
Okay.
faster. We can do in a discrete mode. We will not bother someone else close to you. You know what I mean? So I
Okay.
always prefer read than listening the audios and talking about WhatsApp, of course.
Okay. It's a really interesting always to ask because obviously you are very much a digital native. You don't remember any time probably without digital something, right? So for us more vintage types, I still think that we find the most personal thing to do, particularly for something that is intimate or personal, is to call someone to because you know often you find it the word that you say is not actually the intent, it's the tone or it's the word that goes or how you present it. So it's really interesting to observe that sort of difference. I asked a group recently, a full auditorium, to give me tell me how and what they do if someone says imitate going on the phone, and over a certain age they go like that. Under a certain age they go like that, and because if you do see people talking, they talk like that, under a certain age. Whereas my gang, we do that. It's
That's
interesting.
very interesting. Yeah.
It's interesting. Listen, it's been short, sharp. We've been to Brazil. We've been to this amazing market. We've been to South by Southwest. My goodness, you brought us around the world and we haven't even left our own screens. I thank you for your time, Mariana. It's wonderful what you're doing to take the skills that you learned in Brazil. You've come to Ireland. Your English, I mean, we met just less than a year ago now, and your English is, let's just say your English is 10,000 million times better than my Portuguese. So I thank you.
That's
I
great.
thank you for making the effort to learn and perfect. And it's so difficult. Obviously, I find it difficult to articulate some of my thoughts in English, and it's my native. So for you to be able to do that in a technical environment.
Gary, thank you. You are very kind and generous with me. Of course, I live with the frustration to try to express myself in another language, but I think it's everything about what you say now. It's just try, go, do, and improve and learn. And I'm happy what I'm doing here. I'm happy to be here with nice people in Ireland, in a nice company, in a nice environment, and nice infrastructure and nice group.
Well done.
Very, very nice. I'm very happy. I feel blessed. That's my feeling about this. And I'm very, very happy. Thank you very much.
Well done, Mariana, and the very best with wherever those blessings bring you.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
See you.